What's up everybody and welcome to another edition of AGR's Pop Culture Reviews. Now, I always complain about this, but I get really backed up. Sometimes there's not that many things coming in that people send me, and other times it is a flood. And this weekend, it's a flood. But again, I have to consider the obvious is the fact that I have things to review for the show, and things that are sent to me is really cool, so it's a nice problem to have. So I gotta give a real special shout out to my friend Weapon X, who's overseas, and this was really an impulse buy for him. He saw it in a store. Basically he was looking for Kutako or Gunpla, or basically any kind of mecha design that he's obsessed with. He saw this in the store and decided to get it and ship it over so that we can review it. And this is pretty cool, guys. Now, to say that NieR Automata was a real special game is really an understatement, and not giving enough credit to how great this game was. It was a sleeper hit for 2017, and when I finally got a copy of it, I was blown away. It was so unique in terms of its gameplay, and especially the narrative, which was incredible, guys. If you haven't played this game already, you need to play this. And just like with any other hit game, there is going to be merchandise associated with it, and we're starting to see it come out more and more. So today we're going to be reviewing a mini statue of the character B2 from NieR Automata. Let's take a closer look. Now, one of the things that you will absolutely love about this video game is definitely the character design. Even though it does pay a lot of fan service, and the outfit that she wears isn't really combat-ishy, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it's still a cool design. Now, one of the things that I noticed almost immediately about this statue is how small it is, and that's really its biggest downside. Though, to its credit, I have to say, for its scale, it is incredibly detailed. I especially love her upper torso, which looks really great. The sculpt looks fantastic. And I also like the fact that overall, and I have to say this very carefully, the paint job is done very well. Subtle details in her dress look great. The sculpt in the folds, and especially where things kind of flare up, look pretty good. Pay particular attention to the gold trim on her outfit, which looks outstanding, and it must have taken a little while to do that. That gold trim looks great, and it offsets the character overall really well. It really pops out at you and gives it a sense of real 3-dimension. I also really like on the lower half of this piece the textures that they use. While her dress is kind of a velvety, almost a matte finish, where her boots are really freaking cool is the fact that they are shiny and they have that wet leather look. I also love that trim of purple, which really makes it stand out. It gives it kind of an accent that I think really benefits the statue. Now, if you've gotten a chance to play the game, you definitely know that B2 has got one hell of an arsenal at her disposal. But unfortunately, unlike the game, this is where the statue starts to get sloppy, and again, because of the size, there are a lot of imperfections that really set back this piece, particularly in the blade. Her light weapon, the katana, looks atrocious, but the bigger sword on her back, which is removable, fares a lot better, and it's a lot more detailed, which is fantastic, and really it's associated to the fact that it is a lot bigger. Now, in the game, this is designated as her heavy weapon, so it is huge and it runs the entire length of the statue, and that's pretty awesome. There's some real great detail here, particularly in the hilt, and the overall blade of the much bigger sword looks amazing, guys. It is almost like night and day between the two weapons, and that's a real shame. Now, even though the weapons on this piece are very disappointing, where this piece really shines is definitely in the base. Not only is it a small footprint, and that's obvious because the statue is actually pretty small, but the base is simple and beautiful and elegant and very organic. I love the fact that she has her heel raised a little bit, very sexy, on one of your enemies, presumably one that she just kind of took out. Not to mention that there's a little bit of tech behind it, so overall, it just looks awesome, guys. Now, the big question is, who is this statue for? And essentially, my recommendation is it's for anybody, but it is an impulse buy, something that you get as you're checking out of the store. Because of the fact that it's so small, it's not going to be your centerpiece, guys. It just isn't. It's something that you put on your desk next to your computer or something like that, but it's not going to be something that you really want to showcase because it's not big enough. It suffers in that department because of the detail or the lack thereof, but it's still something nice to have, a little trinket in your office or at your desk at home. Now, before I go, I just want to thank my buddy Weapon X for sending this wonderful piece over for review. Alright everybody, so that's my official review of the mini statue of B2 from NieR Automata. As always, I thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next AGR's Pop Culture Reviews.